Guys, how's it going? It's John, Gamester81. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate that. Also appreciate you guys subscribing and turning on those notifications. Thank you so much. This video, I wanted to review the new 1UP Arcade Star Wars mini arcade. This is 2/3 scale of the original one, which I have behind me right here. This is by far my favorite arcade game of all time. Donkey Kong is a close second. But this is a great, I was really stoked that this came out. This is probably the most advanced 1UP arcade that they have produced. Also the most expensive. It retails for $500 US. It does come with a stand, which is nice, so it's a little taller. You can take the stand off, of course, which makes it obviously shorter. I was concerned about the controls because it's got the yoke controller here. Those don't seem to be an issue. I'll show you some gameplay here in a second. Not as tight as the arcade, I'll be honest with you. The other thing I was concerned about was the vector graphics, because vector graphics are those line graphics that you often see with the classic arcade games. Atari did it with a number of arcades like Asteroids, etc. That's really hard to emulate. It's decent on here. It's definitely not as sharp as the real thing. Definitely prefer the real thing, but this machine here can cost you over $3,000 plus, where this costs significantly less, 500 bucks. So it is what it is. So what I'm gonna do is show you a closer look at the cabinet itself, compare it to the original one behind me, also show you some gameplay. So let me know what you guys think. They also did release a 4-player Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade with both the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles arcade and Turtles in Time, which is awesome. It's a 4-player. That's really cool. So without any further ado, let's take a closer look at the machine. Let's take a look at some gameplay. Let me know what you guys think. And as always, thanks so much for watching. It's really cool. I know they're starting to do with some upcoming 1UP arcade machines is the light up marquee, which is awesome. So it has the light up arcade. This is the 1UP version, and then this is the original version. You can also see the closer look at the original machine. It's got the yoke, and I mean, it's all just full of great graphics, artwork. To me, arcades are art just as much as the arcade, or games rather. Here is the side art as well. And on the bottom, if you look, there's some TIE fighters. And they kind of did what they did with, I guess, the sit-down Star Wars arcade. They took some of the artwork from there and they added that to the bottom there. They've also added some plastic here, which is nice, because one thing about the original 1UP arcades is they kind of wear it. So there's plastic here, which is nice. Here's the controller. Here is the game. And I'm just going to compare the side art here to the original one. You can kind of see it's nearly identical. So again, they did a great job with the artwork. It's got kind of a blue finish here, which mine doesn't have. It's black. And let's take a closer look at some gameplay. So go ahead and turn it on. Get the 1UP arcade kind of splash screen there. So 3 games. You have the original Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. Each one also has settings. So let's go to the original Star Wars. You can choose how many shields you get, difficulty, moderate, hard, hardest, easy. I'll do moderate. Bonus shields, once you defeat a level, how many bonus shields you get, up to 3. Attract mode, yes. Vector glow, standard, none. Do the sparkle, bright, bold, standard. So that's cool. Let's check out the first game. Now, to escape each game, you have to hold the trigger button and the thumb button 5 seconds. Hold them both, all 4, and it goes back to the menu. Okay? The menu is always a little bit louder than what you hear in the game.
The Force will be with you. Red 5 standing by.
Okay. Let's do the hardest. Controls work a lot better than I anticipated them working, to be honest. I'm used to playing on my stand-up arcade, so those are really tight. Yeah, this is crazy hard. Here's the Easter egg coming up. It says, "May the Force be with you" on here. This one, you're supposed to get the towers and get points. 200 points every time you hit when they add up. So I'd be doing a lot better if I was playing on my stand-up. That's okay. Music's great. Oh, come on. Here we go. You get extra points for not using any guns here. If I were to not fire anything, I can get extra points if I pass it. But I think it's like 100,000 points, but it's a little hard to do. And for the sake of trying to pass it for you guys, I won't risk it. Oh, close. The key is to get the edge. Trust me. Yeah, the sound effects are amazing for early 80s. Here we go. May the force be with you again. That definitely looks a little bit different than on the Vector. Let's go back to the main menu. Hold it for 5 seconds. Oh, one thing I want to also mention is the volume. So you can, rather than like the original 1-Up arcades, they're just loud, medium, and nothing. You can adjust the volume here. I think I might have selected Empire Strikes Back by mistake.
He could destroy us.
I'll exit real quick. Let's go to settings. Again, shields. Do moderate. This one came out in 1985.
He could destroy us. May the force be with you.
This one's a lot of fun too, so I'll turn it down just a bit. It's kind of loud. So these probe droids, you gotta destroy these probe droids. This also keeps track of your score and your rankings in real time, which is cool. Top left corner. You can get different letters. Spell Jedi each round. It's 4 rounds. You got tow cables as well. Hit the trigger button here. I can fly through these and get extra points. Let's see if I can do it. Oh. Shoot that square on their eye or head to destroy him. Last tow cable. Oh, it went right through his legs. That sucks.
The shield doors must be closed. Between ourselves, I think Master Luke is in considerable danger.
That wasn't very good. Alright, here we go. This is kind of like the original one.
Sir, we just lost the main way to take the shield. One more direct is going down.
The next one is an Asteroid Belt. Yeah, the controls compared to the original one aren't as tight, aren't as quick, but still manageable. Next thing I'll show you is Return Jedi. This one I haven't played as much. You can turn scale lines on or off. Off, easy. This game's really hard. I'll show you what a game looks like without the scan lines, and we'll show you what it looks like with the scan lines. So like without scan lines. This is like Star Wars meets Zaxxon, so it's not a vector graphic game.
Wait for me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it goes back. There you go. We'll turn the scan lines on. I actually prefer the scan lines. Looks like you're playing on a monitor. So let's call their settings for each game. There it is. I don't know how well you can see it on the camera. It came out in 1984, so this came before Empire Strikes Back.
The security deflector shield will be deactivated when we have confirmation.
I wish they would have done this in vector graphics.
I will deal with them myself. Go for help. I see it. Wait for me.
Speed it by hitting forward, back by going back. Hit the isometric look. The Ewoks do help you. Up. Dope. See? Had to avoid the logs and the trees. Ugh, fired at me. That was close. Ooh,
Wonderful.
that was close.
We are now a part of the fight. Here goes nothing.
Here's the other one. This is the blowing up the Death Star. Going fast is harder because you can't really see much in front of the angle. Ah.
Here goes nothing.
I'm not quite sure how popular this game was in the arcade. It certainly wasn't as popular as the original Star Wars.
Lock onto the strongest power source. It should be the power generator.
I'm going slow intentionally because this game is hard. Dang. At least you continue where you left off.
Go for the power regulator on the north tower.
Here we go. Now it's time to escape. And I don't have much warning here. See? I mean, I don't know how you're supposed to do that. Super hard. Oh, now it skips to level 2. Anyway, you guys get the idea. Let me escape over this. So overall, what do I think about the Star Wars arcade by Arcade1Up? I'm impressed. I think it's a decent deal. It's certainly not as good as the original one. Prefer the original, of course, just because this is quite emulated to the standards I'm used to playing. But still, nonetheless, it's great, exposing people to the great games. Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi are less common than the original Star Wars, and still great games. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Please leave a comment below. What games would you like to see Arcade1Up do? What other games would you like to see? I'd love to see Nintendo. I'd love to see Donkey Kong. It'd be probably pretty hard to do with licenses and all that, but I'd love to see Popeye and Donkey Kong and Mario Brothers, etc. I'd love to see Tapper. I'd love to games like that. Anyway, we'll see you guys soon. Take care, and of course, game on.